morning to everybody. How you doing, my viewers and subscribers? I want to welcome you to another video. This morning, we're going to talk a little bit about something that we would consider to be important to us. We hear this word a lot, and so often we are being told that that's what we ought to be. But then the same people who is telling us what we should be are the same people who are not doing what they're asking us to do. And ain't it funny sometimes how you're asking me to do something that you yourself are not willing to do? It's interesting, is what I want to say. It's interesting that you're asking me to do something that you yourself isn't willing to do, and that word is loyalty. You're asking me to be loyal to you, but when it comes to you being loyal to me, somehow we have an issue. We have a problem here because you're not loyal, and you probably can't even remember the last time you were loyal to someone. But somehow that is your requirement. That is your requirement for me. Yeah? You're requiring loyalty, but you're not loyal. See, the very thief, even a thief wants loyalty. Even a thief is asking for loyalty. A liar is asking for loyalty. The most dishonest person wants you to be loyal. And that's the part that tickles me. And I use the word tickle because, well, someone tickling you gotta laugh about it. It's funny. It's funny how you're sitting here saying that I'm not loyal to you when you, on the other hand, ain't loyal to me. Behind the mask that we put on, we're asking someone to do all these things that we're not going to do for them. And that's the funny thing about this whole situation, is that it's almost a way as to say it's my way of making sure that you don't let anyone else close to you while I am out here doing whatever it is that I want. However, you must remain loyal to me. And the unfortunate thing to that is so many of us subscribe to that mentality. There are so many of us who actually are in a spot where we're loyal to people who they ain't loyal, they themselves are not. I am in Houston. I'm in Houston. They're not loyal to you. They're not loyal, and they'll never be, but they're asking for it. And I just think that if you're going to ask me to be something, then you got to be willing to be the same thing that you're asking me to be, at least in some capacity. Some capacity, you ought to be loyal to me the way you are asking me to be that way to you. It's just, let me use this in the context of relationship. It's like a relationship. You meet this woman and you're like, hey, I wanna know, I wanna make sure that no other man is has your attention. Your central focus has to be over here on me. But then as soon as I'm out and I see an attractive woman walk by, and she probably look at me. I'm trying to get her phone number. I'm trying to get to know who she is, right? And yeah, I may have her phone number, and we are texting or we're talking, you know, whether I'm in your presence or not, and that's just what I'm doing. But if I have the smallest inclination that you are actually having conversation with another man, I'm going to have a major problem with that. That's going to be a major issue for me, because like, why are you doing that? And some of us will get to the point where we become, you know, angry, and we start sometimes behaving in manner that's not cool. We start behaving in a way that is unacceptable, right? We become defensive because I want to make sure that I get to do what I want, and so we use these terminologies, we use these words to get our way, to get the people around us to fall in line, so to speak, just because what we're seeking is control. And I think that a lot of times, because we are conditioned to be controlled by others, so much so that we're loyal. We are going to be loyal to this person simply because that is that's how we're conditioned to think. That's how we're conditioned to operate. It's a struggle for some of us to even operate from our own way. It's a struggle sometimes for us to do certain things because we're afraid of the disapproval of others. We want to be liked. We want to be liked. We want the praises. Oh, he's such a wonderful individual, and he's this or she's that, and so because we crave that, and that's why we become people pleasers. We become people pleasers because we don't want to be looked at or talked about in a certain way. So we begin to conform to what others tell us. And that's what we run with. That's what we run with. Because it makes our life somewhat easier, if I may put it that way. because everybody like me, so my life is, yeah, I don't have to worry about, you know, my insecurities that I carry, because I'm just, I'm liked. I am liked by people, and you know, I'm popular, and that's what matters to me, because I'm struggling with areas in my personal life. I have these shortcomings, and I have these areas that what makes me feel good is to hear people tell me how wonderful of a friend I am and how loyal I am to them. And they what you don't understand is how quickly they'll switch up on you. They'll flip the switch on you real quick. And the same folks who are saying be loyal, you see them doing stuff that it leaves you to wonder. How come? How come? Why am I asked? Or why am I being told that this is what you require from me? But yet, when I question your loyalty, it becomes a problem. It becomes an issue when I begin to question your loyalty to me, because I mean, like I said, if you want that thing, you're gonna have to, you know, it's just like the word of God says, in order for a man to have friends, you have to be friendly. Most of us are not like that. We are mean mugging. We have filthy behaviors, but nonetheless, I still want, because I feel a sense of, I don't know, maybe a sense of entitlement, if I may put it that way. I feel entitled that as a friend, you're supposed to, it makes sense for you to go above and beyond for me. It makes sense to me. I consider you to be a friend. If I need you to drive me halfway across town, right, at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, I need to go across town. I need you to wait for me and bring me back. And by the time I get back, it's midnight. I need you to be that friend who is loyal enough to do that for me. But then if you need to go 20 minutes down the street, I am going to refuse to do that for you. And some of us got people like that in our lives, and we love them dearly. We love them dearly. And these are people who, God bless the stuff that they do for you. And it's not that I'm saying you got to keep an account of what they do and what they didn't do. I'm just saying that you know, if well, there's this saying that says one hand washes the other. And so the point is that if we consider ourselves to be friends and we're loyal to each other, that's what we do. One hand washes the other. I mean, we have to stop allowing ourselves to be used by the user, because the takers, they don't have no limits. They don't have no limit on what they're going to take from you. But that's why you have to put a limit on what you give. And it may be your time, your effort, your energy. You got to put a cap on it. You got to put a cap on how far you want to, how much things that you want to do how far you want to go, because the truth of the matter is they do. The takers don't have any limit on how much they want to take from you, but they'll have limit on the amount of things that they want to do for you. And that's why I'm saying it's like nice people are the ones who are used the most. You're a nice individual, you want to help, you want to be the one they can call on for things, and it feels good to help others. It feels good to help. It feels good to know, like I say, you can go pick up your friend at 10 o'clock at night and take them to the hospital, or you might pick them up and drop them off at the airport, whatever it may be. It's a lot of us, we carry that sense of, I'm doing a good deed and I enjoy doing it, and so we walk away with satisfaction. Because the thing is, sometimes you do these things and you don't do it because you have any sense of expectation. Like, all right, remember the times where I took you to the grocery store, I took you to the airport, I took you across town. We don't keep score of the amount of things that I have done for you. That's not what we do. Right? We don't keep score. So when I need you to go above and beyond for me, if you refuse, I'm saying, oh, but remember the time when I did this, that, and that for you. Like, there are some of us out here who we're not keeping score on the amount of good things or the amount of times that I have done things for you. We're not keeping score on that. However, I know for a fact that there are individuals, like I said, they will go above and beyond for the people who they care about. And so it's like, when you ask this person, hey, can you do this for me? Because the thing is, the one who does the most typically asks for little to nothing. The person who do the most sometimes asks for little to nothing. And so it's some might carry an expectations. I think that most people don't carry that level of expectation. But it's like, if I ask you to do this for me, man, I would love for you to do it, and if you do, it means the world. It means the world to me. If I ask you, let's say I'm gonna use an airport for example. It means the world to an individual who doesn't ask so much, but their flight is coming in late, and they ask you to pick them up at the airport, and you actually did. You don't understand how much it means to that person when you are able to, you actually go pick them up at airport because the flight didn't come in until 11 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night. Like that that is something that will rest on them forever, and they will always be grateful. And it's like, no, this person will now go above and beyond for you even more than they already have, simply because you did a kind gesture for them. Because it means that one thing that one time you decide to do something for them, it means a lot. It means a lot, and that's something that they write they write this thing down in their good book when it comes to you. You know, a person might even go as far as defend you. Like, you know, you're not around and they might hear people talk about you a certain way, and in your absence, because of how much they have respect for you or how much they care about you, they'll defend you when your back is turned. When you're not around, they will literally stand in the gap for you and defend you. So if you are able to recognize that you got individuals in your life who are like that, I would say do yourself and do them a favor and hang on to them. Keep them folks close, because they may very well become, you might come a point in life where you're gonna need that person. You're gonna need that person because you don't want to treat them poorly. Because I see, when a person like that shuts you off, when a person like that cuts you out of their life, you have zero chance of ever getting back to that place where they will do these things for you. I'm saying all of this because it's what I've lived. I've gone through it. Some of these things that I'm talking about is that I've experienced it myself. I've done it. So I'm not here just talking out the side of my face because I want to. I'm saying all of that because it's my very own experience. Some of these things I'm talking about are my very own experiences. I've done it, and I see these folks, they'll come up and we'll have conversations. I'll talk to them. I mean, I'm not one to hold a grudge. I don't hold a grudge, but it's just that you will never ever get me to do those things for you again, because clearly it's like me and you are friends. Now I want you to listen to this very closely. You and I are friends. No, me and you are friends, but you and I are not. Well, not friends. Loyalty. I'm loyal to you, but you just know I don't ever allow yourself to get into a friendship, a platonic friendship, or even a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship or a romantic relationship. Don't ever let anybody take advantage of you. And again, I'm saying that because a lot of us, we're conditioned to be nice people. Oh, if you do this, then you know they will appreciate you more, and people will love you more, and I've seen some of the most horrendous behaviors from people, or sometimes their character is messed up. And these are the ones who got people who don't leave their side. I've been around folks who I'm looking at them like, why would you do that? Why would you treat this person this way? Why would you say that about this person? And you know what happened? These folks got folks who will never leave their side. They ain't going nowhere. They got people around them that will never leave their side. And it puzzled me for a minute. I was puzzled. What? Look at how you treat this person, and they are right there with you. Right there with you. Look at how you talk. But there is something that I learned, that a person, we respect authority. The person may talk to you in a manner that would consider to be harsh. They're not disrespectful, but they talk to you in a manner that which you consider to be harsh. But the thing is, you are most likely to show respect and be loyal to someone who stands for something than a person who just, they just go wherever the wind blows them. That's something that I understand. That's something that I understand. You are more likely to be loyal to someone who stands for something than a person who, like I said, wherever the wind blows, that's where they go. So, I think that I see these things happen all the time. However, that person, and let me just flip the script for a second, right? Let me talk about the people who are actually loyal to you. There are some folks who, when you do things and you're thinking to yourself, man, this person is about to just not be a friend to me no more. This person is about to end this relationship. You realize that individual ain't going anywhere. They never leave your side. When you're going through your lowest, they are there and they ain't going nowhere. They're by your side. When you talk about going through thick or thin, when everyone else seems to just go on, they ride off into the sunset, there are people who will come and sit with you through the biggest storm of your life. And sometimes these are folks who are, it's almost they're the most unlikely people. They're the most unlikely person. So like I said, like I was saying, that you got people who are just they're loyal to you no matter what. No matter what. And this is someone who had done a simple gesture of kindness to you. And that one gesture of kindness has now created a friendship, a bond that is beyond your expectation or even your wildest imagination. And that is the person who now becomes that person by your side no matter what. There's some I'm sure some of us may have had people in our lives who've gone through a lot of things, man. They have suffered a devastating loss of family members. They lost all that they had, and this person is always there. And it's important to have that. Some of us have people like that. I got this one brother, man, not blood related, but I got this one brother. I call him my brother because I'm telling you, like, we have gone through so many different things in life. And we have never, we've known each other for 28 years. Never have we ever argued about anything. If he's displeased with something, he'll just come up to me and let me know, like, yo, let me tell you something, man. I don't like that. I don't like what you did. And if he does something, I tell him I do the same thing. I'm like, yo. And we never have these conversations around others. Like if he does something that I'm not pleased about, I wait until he and I are sitting over here in a corner by ourselves, like, or I'll just go to his house. Yo, what you doing? All right, I'm gonna swing by. I go to his house, and we sit and we have a conversation. And after that conversation is over, we grab our clubs and we go to the golf course. Or we just sit there and we cook some food and watch a movie, and then I go about my business. But we never gotten to the point where we go we go a couple of days, we go a week. We've never gone a week without talking to each other. Like that has never happened of 28 years of friendship. And that's because we understand each other. That's because the friendship that we have formed over the years has just, that's what it has always been. There are folks that you get into one minor argument and it's a wrap. Like the relationship is done. They're done with you. Just a misunderstanding, and that simply just destroys what relationship y'all had. That's just, it's over. It's a wrap. It's done. And no matter what you do, they'll never give you a chance to repair that. And I think part of the reason for that is because, like I said, it's just that this person trusts you. You know, there are people who they give you all the reasons to be a good friend. You know, to be loyal, to be there for them, and they trust you. They trust you with certain information that even their own family don't know about them. And you got mad and you use that as a weapon. And because you use that as a weapon, that was enough to destroy the friendship. That was enough to destroy the relationship. And again, I'm going back to the ones who will stick by your side no matter what. You may run go tell your business, but they somehow just consciously decide to look past it. Consciously decide to look beyond what you have done and still remain there. And you know, I want to add this, that we got to learn to have grace. We got to learn to give each other grace, because I'm telling you that it's so often we don't believe in forgiveness. We don't believe in letting go of things. Yeah, I know it hurts, but you got to do this for yourself. You got to do this for yourself. And that's just really some of the things that I sit and I think about a lot at times, you know. We all of us, we got different minds, we got different characteristics. Our thought process is different. We process things differently. Like you know, one of the things At the church I attend, we recently lost one of our sisters. Right? She passed, and so it's like oftentimes, you know, we are at a funeral and we're saying, oh, we need to do this and we need to treat each other better and we need to do all these things, and it's just for the moment, man. For a lot of us, it's just in the moment, like, yeah, I agree with that, you know, we need to do better. But the truth is, when it comes to us actually doing the better we're talking about, we turn our noses up, man. We hiss our teeth and we gone about our business. It's just like business as usual. You know, you ride off into the sunset, um, because our brains, the way our brains are wired, you're wired to think one way, and that's all that matters. It's I'm gonna just go off topic for a second. It's like there are some people who they are masters at holding a grudge. Yo, it is unbelievable how some folks are good at holding. They will never give up on holding a grudge, and it's. I gotta say kudos to you. If you are a master at holding a grudge, man, kudos to you, because I know that's hard work. That is hard work. That is hard work to hold a grudge against someone. I couldn't. I can't. I've tried it. Trust me. I have tried it. And no, it ain't for me. Holding a grudge is not for me. No sir, no ham, no sham, no ma'am. I can't do it. It's a weight that I don't. It's a weight that I don't ever want to carry. I can't carry. That's too heavy. That's too heavy of a weight for me to carry. I mean, I don't. That's why I'm saying, like, man, kudos to you if you're one of those people who somebody had done something to you many years ago and you still carry that with you to this day, because that shows loyalty. that shows how loyal you are, because you got to be loyal to this thing. You're loyal to your grudge keeping self. You're loyal to your grudge holding. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I just, yeah. But you know, like I said, it's just that we it's taking that introspective look, you know. It's really about searching oneself, looking into yourself and seeing the changes that needs to be made, and work on these things. I mean, we're not looking for perfection, but heck, at least be somewhat of a decent human being, because yeah, look, it's hard for a lot of us, and I know, because I was having a conversation with someone recently, and we're talking about, you get to a certain age and you are set. You are set. You are set in your ways. That's just how you're going to be for the rest of your life. There are people who they'll never change will never be a thing for them. The only change they do is change their clothes. That's the only change in some folks. It ain't gonna happen. For some people, it's not going to happen, no matter what you do. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'm all right with me making the changes that's necessary in my life, you know, to grow and to be better and to be a better person each day. Not to be foolish, but to simply be a better person, to become wiser and more aware of your surroundings and more aware of how life can be. Because sometimes we have these ideas that, oh man, life is gonna be peaches and cream and, you know, skipping through the valley smelling rose. And that's how we want things to be. We fantasize a lot about how we want life to be, but that's all it is. It's a fantasy. It's just a fantasy, because the truth is, that's what it is. We fantasize about, because I hear people use this terminology a lot. Oh, in the perfect world. Well, we don't have that. We don't have this perfect world that you talk about. And so I cannot get over get with this idea of, so in the perfect world, what? No, I don't live in a perfect world. I live in a world that is the world is the world is good. It's people. I don't live among perfect beings. I don't live among perfect beings. I live among faulty individuals. I'm one of them. But I don't allow certain things to dictate how I function. Not anymore, at least, because I've grown, I've learned better. I've learned better. And the lessons that I have learned in life has just shown me, you know, that's funny. I'm looking at a truck over here that says, "Great day to be alive." It's a great day to be alive. Jesus loves you. It's a great day to be alive and a great day to be an American. This truck over here to my left. All right. It's kind of, I forgot what I was trying to say now. Yeah, but yeah. So it's just, you know, making personal changes. For a lot of us, it's a challenge. It's very challenging to make the necessary changes, you know, the ones that's hardest, the ones that require for you to put off the old and put on the new. It's hard. I know it's hard, man. Just waking up each day and getting your pants or your skirt one leg at a time to go to a job that you may love or not, and you know, you got to go through a lot of things. But I know it's a challenge, but how do you overcome it? You know, it starts with what's in you. You see, a lot of times we don't understand that it's how you start your day is pretty much how the day is gonna go. I want to say the first 30 minutes of your day may very well dictate to you how the rest of the day might be. If you start on a negative note, then more than likely it's going to continue to be negative as you go along. You know, we as soon as our feet hit the floor, our mind begins to wander and think about all the different things that's going to happen, and you're thinking, I'm about to go into the office, and you got this one coworker who they've been out on vacation for a week or two now, and it was so peaceful, and you know that, you know, come around, today is Friday, they're coming back to work, and now your mind begins to go on a rampage about this individual, because it's just like you're trying to mentally prepare yourself, and you know how much you don't get along with this person, and that can just on that drive to work, that can actually ruin your day. It literally can ruin your day, because you're already setting up yourself for how you're gonna feel before you even get there. And then you get there and that person actually didn't clock in today, and it's like you're still kind of trying to get yourself out that mood, because now you're trying to convince yourself that, hey, this person is not here, what did you do? And you're trying to get back over to that side where your mind is saying, okay, they're not here. But you know, it's what you do with the first 30 minutes of your day that really kind of sets the pace. And if you start on a positive note, then most likely you'll have a positive day. But if the thoughts are negative, then more than likely that's pretty much what your day is gonna look like, you know. So it's more than likely that's what it's gonna be. It's more than likely that's what it's gonna be for some of us. So, you know, I hope that this video today was able to maybe help someone put things into perspective. Maybe be helpful in some way or another, because whenever time I come on here to do these lives, I wanna just use the opportunity to shed some, you know, positive information that I know may somewhere along the line be useful to somebody at some point throughout their day. And it's the fact that you're here, the fact that we are alive, is more than enough to, you know, be thankful for and to glorify our Creator. So I just want to say appreciate y'all for coming through. Wherever you are, be safe, you know, stay positive, because you're gonna face some challenges. You may go through something today that you've never experienced before, and you know, it may require you to do something that you've never done before, you know, mentally or emotionally. So that's my I guess that's my wisdom, my little not wisdom, well, wisdom, but my little what you call it, oh Jesus, encouragement. That's my little way of encouraging you this morning. True. Stay positive. It can be challenging. Trust me, I know. It can be challenging, but hang in there. It'll get better. At some point or another, it'll get better. We gotta go through we gotta go through these moments in our lives where it's growth. We go through these moments that helps us to grow. And so one way or another, hang on in there. It'll get better, I promise. I don't know how, but I promise it will. It will get better. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you coming through. All right, peace out.